bad. May I invite Deepak Deva, who's the co-chairman, FICCI Tourism Committee and Managing Director of C30 CI and Distant Frontier, to come in. Over to you, Deepak.
Thank you, Ashish, and good afternoon. Uh, I'll speak about the inbound business. Is that clear now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
So the two factors that are important for inbound business to bounce back, the first, of course, is for both the source market and us to recover enough for air traffic to resume. And second, we will need to understand the psyche of the end customer in our source markets, as their decision to travel will vary based on how hard the virus hits them in comparison to India. So our source markets will react in different ways, and this is important. For example, the Japanese will be cautious and wait for their governments to advise them on how safe a destination is before they take a travel decision. The Americans will stay in the US for now, go to places like Hawaii, and domestic tourism will be the mainstay of the US economy. This is what we are hearing, and we are speaking to experts and getting all this information. The Australians will lock themselves in. They already want this little big balloon between them and New Zealand, and they will not step out for quite a while. The Europeans will do Europe for some time, but will be the first to exit Europe and go to safe places. That's always been the case. And Russians, as we all know, are carefree travelers and will fly on charters flights to Vietnam, to Thailand, and Goa in droves. And they will need to get out of Russia when the winter arrives. So let's talk about trends. We've been speaking to our clients who tell us that we should expect boom in road trips. We've been talking about this. I think Deep was amongst the first people also to talk about this. Beach holidays, as expected, will be up, but a lot in luxury resorts. So what we are hearing is people are calling in and saying, are there deals available for Maldives next year, Seychelles, Hawaii, those kind of destinations. Active trips, a lot of walking and cycling trips are going to pick up. And family holidays, there's going to be a Zoom effect. People are talking about where are they all going to go as a family on holiday. FIT travel will start first, then smaller groups. I think the days of large busloads of people is over at least till the time of the vaccine. And we hear that safaris in Africa are trending. But what is worrisome is what is the perception of India right now? We spoke to a large number of our customers and asked them this question. And this is what they are telling us. Trust is an issue. People are not convinced that the data on corona is accurate. No one wants to be quarantined in India, and they don't believe that we have the required infrastructure. Labor migration and the related misery has hit headlines internationally, and people do not want to visit a country that is treating its people so badly. This is an issue right now. And social distancing, people believe, is impossible to follow in India. I'm just telling you what we heard from a bunch of our customers. So, given all this, what do we want from the government? Although the sector did not get anything in the stimulus package, we need to ask the government to consider the following. Most tour operators have issued vouchers to customers which can be used for booking a holiday in the future rather than refunding them the money. The client has a choice to decide where they will use this credit in the coming year. India should seize this opportunity and incentivize such travelers by offering them free visa fees, free entrance to monuments, or whatever else is controllable within the government's budget and ideas. We need to plan targeted campaigns for revival based on the psyche of the source markets. This is very important. They need, the government needs to reassure the end customer that by talking about the success, and by they should talk about the success of destinations like Kerala and Goa in managing controlling the outbreak. Especially talk about Kerala, which has been held as a benchmark along with the Vietnam by the Economist magazine. By this, for this, we also need to ensure a good PR agency worldwide. For 10 years, we have been demanding this, and it is a must that it is implemented now. They will also need to redefine the role of their foreign offices. It's an 80s concept that just doesn't work anymore. We need strong outposts for revival. So to end, I would like to leave a question for all of us to think about. Will the planet's health be as urgent to travelers who are now focused on preserving personal health? In a germophobic world, Will single-use plastic make a comeback? Will sustainable tourism take a backseat? If that be the case, 10 years of hard work in sustainable tourism may be reversed if we don't find intelligent solutions to this problem. So, with that, thank you, Ashish. That's what I had to say for today.